video and not make it like 10 minutes long. Oh my god. Okay, so you also asked about how to get more CP and get more candies. So candies are best earned through, it depends. There's like, it's stupid. There's two ways to do this. So one thing is to continuously catch Pokemon and maybe specifically focus on Pokemon that you want to have, that you're wanting to evolve. So say you're like, I really want, why do these Bulbasaurs look like they're two different colors? They are. Oh, because he's a shiny. What? Why doesn't he have a shiny tag on him? Oh, he does. I'm stupid. Okay. I'm sorry. I really said I wasn't going to make this super long, and then I got distracted 30 seconds in. Anyways, so you're going to want to focus on a Pokemon that, like, you're like, say I want a Bulbasaur, and I have stuff for these, so I don't really care. But say you're like, I want a Bulbasaur. So you see I have, like, 281 candies. I did not get this from walking. I got those because there was a Bulbasaur event, and there was like 50 million Bulbasaurs, and I caught them all, and that's why I have this mini Bulbasaur still. But regardless, so like you want to, it's kind of like, it sucks because really there is no ideal way to get them because you can't, like, all the Pokemon that show up are random. However, different times of year, certain Pokemon are going to show up more. Different times of day, certain Pokemon are going to show up more. At night, you're more likely to see ghost Pokemon, psychic Pokemon, like whatever, like night like Pokemon, and then during the day you're more likely to see, you know, day type Pokemon. And like, of course it can be random. Sometimes you will see a Ghastly in the middle of the day and it's weird, but it's like usually there's some sort of event that's happening that's like making it where it's like, oh, you're gonna see more Ghastlies around. Anyway, so once you get them, like, you kind of focus on that Pokemon, and like you're like, I definitely know I need Bulbasaur Pokemon. So every time you see Bulbasaur, you catch that Pokemon. Every time you catch a Pokemon, you get 3 candies. Every time you transfer Pokemon, you get a candy. Ideally, it'd be better if you collected a bunch of the Pokemon, like that specific one. And I'll show you. This is what I've been keeping. Oh my god, why am I going like this? Eevee. So if you look, I have like 5,000 EVs because I was going to trade them. So every time you trade a Pokemon, you get extra. So say I trade this Pokemon. I caught this Pokemon. I got 3 candies for it. If I trade this Pokemon, depending on the distance of the trade, like how far, I don't know. There's some sort of like location math that goes on. And the further away you caught that Pokemon, the more candies it'll give you during that trade. So you'll get like 1 to 3 candies for that trade. And so if I trade all these Pokemon, then I can get, like, if I was a catch one Eevee and immediately transfer it, I get only 4. But if I catch one and I trade it, I can get up to like 6. You know, like, so there is a benefit to trading. Now, having said that, you can only trade with people in your location. That is a horrible, I think, thing that I don't know why they have it like that. I don't know why you can't have like a friend status where, like, you know, your friends in game, so you should be allowed to trade if you're both on and wanting to trade. Like something, I don't know if it's just like something with the mechanics that they just never looked into. But yeah, so trading Pokemon, it'd be like if you ever find someone who lives close to you who likes to play Pokemon Go, you can both talk about like, hey, I'm gonna catch this Pokemon. This is like gonna be my focus. You also catch this Pokemon, so we can trade these. The good thing about trading, there's another, aside from getting the candy, the other benefit from that is every so often when you trade, you'll get a lucky Pokemon. And I think I explained lucky Pokemon to you before, and I think that's the only way you can get lucky Pokemon. I don't know. There's other things that go into trades. So the only person I can trade with is Paige. And he's not playing the game right now. So that's why I still have 50 million EVs. Anyways, so the other way is, yes, you can get them through walking. However, you can only do that one Pokemon at a time. So if you choose a Pokemon that you're like, I really like. So I have my Seal guy right now. But I'm getting candies for him because I want to evolve him. Not because I want to increase his CP power. But yeah, so you would choose a Pokemon that you're like, and I mean, like, you wouldn't ideally want to walk every single Pokemon. However, you could, because that would get you out walking all the time. So why not, I guess. When you get I think I mentioned it to you before, but I hadn't gone into detail. The thing with having lucky versus not lucky Pokemon, and I think this was said for the purified Pokemon too. Purified Pokemon and lucky Pokemon cost less um, Stardust to evolve, um, but they all like relatively have their own like whatever for candy. So you do need you need two things to increase CP. You need Stardust and you need candy. Stardust you get all the time for existing. You get it for every time you complete, like every time you catch a Pokemon, you get Stardust. Every time you, I think you get it every time you catch a Pokemon. I'm pretty sure you get it every time you catch a Pokemon. When you complete certain tasks, sometimes those tasks will give you, like, see this one when I finally send one more gift, I will get 1,000 CP Stardust. This one will give me 25 Stardust. The thing right now that's going on, the battle thing, look, all these, you just sit, if you want to sit and do the battle thing all day, which doesn't cost you any, like, it just costs you time and patience. But if you do it, which you can tell I have no interest in it because I haven't done it at all, you can get, look at all the Stardust you can get. So if you just grind out that part of the game, you can get, like, a ridiculous amount of Stardust. Stardust is where this is where it gets like more kind of tricky with that, is so like I was saying, all Pokemon, they have like, you click power up, that affects the CP. So this tells me this Pokemon right now, he has 437, he has a max of 1,000. That's if I wanted to leave him as a Bulbasaur. Now if I moved him to like, so once I fully evolve him, like I have my Venusaur, he's currently 2,209, but his max CP is 2,675. So, and look, so like to get there, I have 281 Bulbasaur and 248, whatever, 84 an amount. It tells you right now, to start off, it's 5,000 Stardust and 4 candies just to go to the next level. And then I can do that until I max out, which the max out would require me to use 200k Stardust and 182 candies. And big candies as well, which I didn't know that was, I haven't actually messed with the big candies thing or run into an issue with it yet. That's like something that they've recently introduced into the game that's kind of been like, anyways, I wonder if I have a Pokemon that is a lucky that I can that I have a normal, yeah, okay, so this Magikarp, so I just want to show you the difference. So like on this power up, if I wanted to power him up, so see, it's 2,202 candies, and then that goes up accordingly, until forever, whatever he'll be max. But if I go to my lucky, so he's a lucky, to power him up, it still costs 2 candies, but it only costs 800 Stardust. So that was 800 Stardust versus 2,000 Stardust. So that's where a lucky Pokemon can be really beneficial. And you really kind of want to just collect and trade Pokemon that you would, it'd be a little ridiculous to try to get every Pokemon is a lucky Pokemon. Some of mine are random. I wanted, oh god, those Eevees that I just lost because I clicked the wrong button. I wanted those Eevees to be luckies, although I didn't mean to get 2 Jolteons, but I want all the lucky evolutions of the Eevees. I wanted the Dragonair. I didn't mean to get the Dratini. So, like, some of these were, like, I was trading and trading and trading, then I was like, well, hey, Paige and I had both had the same Pokemon, like, this Leedion, we both had this Pokemon, so I traded and just happened to get a lucky. And I was like, oh, well, okay. So, I guess you'll notice some of my max CP, for some of these are, still barely, like, capping 2,000. That's because that's where I'm at my level. I don't know how or when you can get to a point where you can start having higher CP. I just know it evolves with you as you level up, and you level up by doing things. So catching Pokemon, walking, completing any of the today events that are happening, completing any of the field task events that are happening, doing the special tasks events, completing stuff like this gets you XP. So everything you do gets you XP. And the more XP you get, the higher the level. Every level you get really cool things, and it just, yeah. So they have the weekly goals too, where you get really cool rewards if you walk so much a week. I think every week I manage to get 5k. That's how much I'm walking a week, because I am lazy. Anyways, I don't know if I remembered where I was going with all that, so I hope I actually No, not gonna remember the word. I hope I managed to clarify and explain some of the things in a way that was, you know, ideal, I guess, for you. um, yeah.